right, man, let's talk about the adjustments. With all the injuries that the Lions have, let's talk about the adjustments they need to make. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And one of the reasons why a lot of fans still give the Lions a chance is that, you're getting some guys back. It's a small chance that F.A. Melifonwu may play this weekend. Ennis Rackstar should be coming back. Khalif Raymond should be coming back. I think after the next 3 or 4 weeks, you can get Anazoni back. So that'd be a huge help. Getting Effie back, you play corner, you play safety, getting Rackstar back, you play corner. So they should be, pretty solid there, right? But until then, last year they made the championship with Cam, what's his name? I forget his name. Cam, they got in trouble playing with still Cam, I forget his name. Sutton and Keenan Vidor as their main corners. And honestly, you did have Aiden Hutchinson on the defensive line. You lost a few defensive linemen this year just to, keep it a bean. I mean, really understatement. But don't forget, you got a really big-time defensive lineman still there in DJ Reader. You got a really big-time defensive lineman still there in Levi Onwuzurike. You still another high draft pick, Josh Pascal on the end. You still got some Darius Smith. So you still got some dogs there. What really hurt them last week versus Buffalo was the linebackers. They exploited their linebackers in coverage because they was off the streets. Jamal Adams, Quan Alexander, Jack Campbell, he held up pretty well. I heard people blaming Jack Campbell, but he held up pretty well. What are we doing here? But he held up pretty well. He made some good plays in coverage. He's fast as fuck. And a lot of people say, Jack was playing well yesterday. He was really the one that was spying Josh Allen. And really, Josh Allen, he broke some runs off, but, really what really happened was them linebackers still acclimating, and they wasn't even in the league practice squad. One was off the street. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the linebackers, when you plan that read option, they're very important. They gap integrity, they disciplines. With Anazoni and Jack Campbell or Barnes and Rodrigo out there, that shit wouldn't have happened. But you missing Aiden Hutchinson, but I still think no defensive line from this year is better than it was last year, even with the injuries. In my opinion, or it's close to what it was. So they're already been in a familiar place. Last year, a lot of good offense. Defense was subpar. They played a lot of bend, don't break defense. Right? That's what they played last year. A lot of bend, don't break. This year, it's going to have to be something similar. Especially as they getting healthy. It's going to play more bend, don't break. They got to be selective in their blitz packages and how they going to blitz. It's going to be more zone coverage. A lot of soft zone coverage where those guys can read and react and just play the ball, try to jar the ball loose, try to make plays on the ball. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. That's exactly what it's going to be. So it's going to have to be what you seen last year in a playoff run. And as you get bodies back, then you can do something different. You get a Rackstar back. You get an Effie back. You get a Alex Anazoni back. There may be a long shot you get a Barnes back. You get a Mosley back. Hopefully Broderick Martin is able to figure it out and give you some good snaps. As you get guys back, the more exotic your defense is going to be able to be. The more exotic you can, but until then, it's pretty much, play zone coverage and try to force the quarterback to get to a second and third read. And when you get opportunities to get fumbles, you get opportunities to get picks, you have to capitalize on it. You have to capitalize on it. So it's going to be more of what you seen last year with them soft shoeing it on defense. But the difference is, last year you didn't have any cavalry coming back. What you had was Vidor off the streets and, Cam Sutton playing with a toe injury and all that. That's what it is. So until you get guys back or more acclimated, you got to soft shoe it. But if you can get Raymond back, you can get Anazoni back, Effie back, Rackstraw back. And the one thing about getting a guy like Ennis Rackstraw back is this. One of the good things about getting brother Rackstraw back is that he didn't get a bunch of reps, but these reps that he about to get towards, them playoffs and whenever he come back in the end of the season, that's what you really want. You want him to get those reps in right now. That's what you really want. You need him to get those reps in right now. Yeah, you need him to get those reps in. So that's very, very important. You need him to get the reps, gonna make him even a better player next year. So that's the crazy thing about it. The reps is gonna make him even a better player next year. So yeah. But if they can get some of those guys back, for real, if they can get some of those guys back, that's gonna be a huge blessing for them. That's gonna be a huge blessing for them. Real spill, that's gonna be a huge blessing for them. That's going to be a really, really huge blessing for them. And, then the more they get those guys back, hopefully Kaminsky come back, Hutchinson come back late, Carlton, then they can go back to playing, more solid defense. But what they got to do is soft shoot it. You got to make these dudes go through their zone coverages. You got to make them reads. You got to disguise it. You got to trick them a little bit. But I think they equip defensively to hold it down if they're going to get some bodies back. I think they are equipped to hold it down until they get some bodies back. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it, man. I think they can hold it down until they get some guys back in that secondary and in that front. But they really exploited the linebackers off the street. That was smart by them. So you're going to see a lot of zone now on. But the good thing about it is hopefully you got some help coming back. So we'll see what happens. But that's going to be, and then on the offensive side of the ball, really it's just business as usual. Run the ball, and you can't get off the slow starts. You probably kind of want to be more of a ball control offense, a little bit more to keep the other offense off the sideline. But the offense got more pressure on it, but the defense has been carrying the team for the most part all year. So it's about time for the offense to pick it up until they can get healthy or they can figure it out. But hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link inscription. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Just Spotify and Anchor. I'm sorry. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.